Hi guys, it's Max here with dartsreviews.tv in association with dartsplanet.tv. We've got some darts here from Mission, and these are the occult darts. These look, well, the box itself looks fantastic, but the darts as well look really interesting. So I'm looking forward to getting my hands on these. The grip looks like it could be fairly grippy, which I don't always do great with, but we'll give them a good go. But we'll head over to the table and have a closer look. Okay, so we're over the board. We've got the Mission Occult Darts, which is really cool. We've got this beautiful sort of like galaxy colour behind the dart there on the box. A nice sort of like devilish winged dragon there with a sword going through the occult. Mission logo at the bottom. We've got the 23 grams match weighted 0.05 gram darts and 90% tungsten. And this has got that raised dart on the front of the box, which I absolutely love. You can feel all the rings and cuts and grooves on the edge of it. It's a nice little touch. It makes the box feel just that little bit more premium. Over on the back, we've got that occult logo again. That's also slightly raised, which is really smart. Full setup of the dart with the flight on, a little bit from Mission, and obviously what's in the box, and a nice warning there saying that it is an adult sport. And obviously the usual sort of things down here with the website and everything. So we'll get the darts out, have a closer look. As with most of their darts, it comes in this plasticky velvet insert, which does what it needs to. It keeps the darts nice and secure in the box. You've got the 3 darts in a point holder, and the flights there just tucked in behind. We'll get one out so we can have a close look. And here we go. Right, starting at the front, we've got the standard sort of black coated dart point, which gives you a bit of grip, and then you've got a nice long taper from the nose there coming up about 1/3 of the dart. Obviously you've got the little nose point, and then you go into this beautiful rainbow coloured triple ring grip. They're very narrow. The groove in between, I'd say, is about 2 widths of the rings, and in between it's quite an even stagger between the rings and the grooves there. And there are 6 of those there at the front before you go into this section that's slightly forward of middle, and it's got that beautiful etched occult logo there, and you've got like a rainbow ring very narrowly cut either side. Then you go into the backward taper, and at the front of it you've got this very sort of narrow extra milled ring grip there. It's got lateral grooves cut out of it. The rings are slightly wider than the grooves themselves, but it's got a nice dark blue by the looks of it in between there, and that's only about 1/3 of this grip. And then you go into a much wider ring grip on the back section that I'd say is about 2 to 3 times the size of these little forward ones here. But again, it's got the lateral grooves, which really does make a difference with the grip. Gives you a lot more. Yeah, it feels really nice. It's a nice long taper, about 2/3 of the dart. And obviously you go into this etched Mission logo on the back bit that tapers into the Sabre stem. It feels really nice. Obviously these particular ones, we've got the 23 gram. And these measure in at 6.9 millimeters at the widest part and 50.6 millimeters long. So they are quite long, but I think you need it with this sort of taper. It is a long taper, but you've got plenty of areas to throw from, whether you're a front, rear or mid gripper. It gives you a slightly different feel on each one. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to throwing these. Everyone knows I like a little bit of a push point on darts. Gives you a little bit more power and control, I think. But yeah, we'll go and head over on the board and we'll have a throw. Okay, so we're over at the board. We've got the Mission Occult Darts. Nice looking dart, got a nice push point on it, so hopefully we'll do quite well. Might have to adjust slightly because it's quite grippy, but we'll have a couple of throws and then go into our 201 practice routine. So let's see how we get on. A little bit high, and there's the adjustment. 140. Nice good throw there. See if we can follow it up. And a ton, that's all right. We like a good ton, nice and steady. Okay, so yeah, definitely throwing from that push point on the slightly less grip for me is working all right. So I think we'll go straight into our 201 practice routine. Game on. $180. I had to go for the 180 there instead of switching just to see if I could get it. 21 left to get. Oh, pulled that one slightly. Oh, just on the outside. I'm having a little bit of double trouble. 13 scored, 8 left to get. Oh dear, oh dear. Bit of double trouble. Let's see if we can get it now. There we go. 10 darts. I'm a little bit disappointed with that after getting such a fantastic 180 to start. Major double trouble. I think that was more my adrenaline was rushing after hitting a 180. But yeah, they are a really, really nice start. I think if I use these a little bit more, adjusting for that slightly behind middle really worked for me on this one because it's a little bit less grip than at the back. But yeah, let's go have a final review on these. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Started off so well hitting a 180 and then getting 21 in as many darts as I did. Oh dear. I definitely had a bit of double trouble. I can't put it just down to the extra grippiness of the dart. I think I got a little bit overexcited after hitting that 180. I was thinking, oh, I could go for 5 darts here, but it's ended up throwing me off, unfortunately. The dart itself, I love the fact that it's like tapered there. You got a lovely push point. The grip I found a little bit too grippy for myself. I'll give it a grip rating of 3.5. So it's on the higher end. The lateral grooves in there really add to the texture and the grip as well. I was sort of like throwing from the more of the micro grip area rather than the wider grip. The wider grip I would have rated a little bit higher. Obviously, the shape of the dart does really well for keeping grouping at the front as well. These are the 23-gram version, and these come in at 6.9 millimeters wide at the widest part and 50.6 millimeters long. So for a dart that's quite wide at the front, that's a little bit longer than most people might have thought, especially with like bomb darts, they're relatively short, but it does make a difference. It gives you a whole long tapered push area to go from, so there's plenty of room for everyone, whether you're a rear, mid or front grip thrower. It's something for everyone. They only come in 23 and 25 grams, so there's only 2 weights to choose from, but I think that's about right. You got sort of like the 23, which is at the lighter end, 25 a little bit heavier for some people, sort of like that's mostly more coming into darts rather than somebody who's really looking for that really close grouping. I did like them. Obviously, if you could try them before you could buy it at like a dart shop, or if you know somebody who's got a set, that would be fantastic. The price point for this is $97.95, which you might be thinking is a little bit high for 90% tungsten, but there is a lot of extra work and milling gone into these. You've got that lovely rainbow coating at the front as well, and with the lateral grooves and everything, it all adds into it. And darts nowadays isn't something that you just pick up and throw away. It's more of an investment. You're looking to get better. You're investing into the darts. So when you sort of break it down over like a 3 or 4 year period, it's not that much really, but it's still something you want to consider before doing. As always, if you agree or disagree with anything I've said, or you want to ask a question or anything, head on down to the comment section. I try and get round to them and read them as soon as I can, and I do like to reply as well and keep very well engaged. Head over to dartsreviews.tv and dartsplanet.tv. There's loads of reviews, products and articles on there that's tailored to everyone's sort of like reading habits and what have you, and there's something there for everyone. As always, tick subscribe and tick notifications. We've got reviews coming up in the future. There might be something just right for you, help you make your mind up, or you could even leave a comment on to help other people. And hopefully I see you here again soon.